What if your morning walk led to a stray dog so timid that it ran from your kindness, only for that dog to come back months later, changing your life forever? This is the incredible story of Joe and Marla, and how they spent a year rescuing a lost pup and transforming him into the happiest dog you've ever seen. Joe and Marla had just settled into their new home in a quiet village in Texas's serene countryside. With them came their beloved dog, Samson, who had been their faithful companion for years. Samson was no ordinary dog. He radiated joy and had always been at the center of their lives. But this story isn't just about Samson. It's about another dog, an unexpected visitor, who came out of nowhere and stole their hearts forever. It was a warm summer evening when Joe went for his usual walk along the winding paths of the countryside. As he strolled through the quiet woods, something rustled behind a bush. At first, Joe thought it was Samson, but to his surprise, it wasn't. A skinny, golden-haired dog cautiously approached him. The dog looked strikingly familiar, like the beloved cartoon character Scooby Doo. But beneath his shaggy, golden fur was a dog filled with fear and uncertainty. Joe remembered hearing from a neighbor that the area had become a dumping ground for unwanted pets. He could see it in the dog's eyes. This poor creature had been abandoned. Joe knelt, speaking softly, hoping to earn his trust, but the frightened dog bolted into the woods before Joe could get close. Even though the encounter was brief, Joe felt a deep connection. This story isn't over, he thought to himself. The harsh Texas winter arrived, covering everything in snow. Despite the cold, Joe couldn't stop thinking about the dog he named Scooby. Night after night, he talked about Scooby with Marla, who doubted the stray would ever come back. But Joe was certain that their paths would cross again. When the snow finally melted, spring brought new life to the village, and with it, a familiar figure. One morning, Joe spotted Scooby peeking from the bushes, just as before. This time, Joe had come prepared. Slowly, he crouched and offered a treat from his pocket. Scooby hesitated, then cautiously took the snack and disappeared again. Joe smiled, knowing that this was only the beginning. When summer came, and with it, a breakthrough. One evening, as Joe and Marla sat in their backyard, they spotted Scooby approaching from a distance. Joe whispered excitedly, "I told you he'd come back." But even now, Scooby was still wary, hanging back just out of reach. Joe knew something was missing. Then, an idea struck him. He called for Samson, their loyal dog. The moment Samson appeared, Scooby's entire demeanor changed. It was as if he saw in Samson what he needed most, proof that these humans could be trusted. In an instant, Scooby bounded over and nuzzled Samson, cementing his place in the family. What followed was a summer filled with joy and discovery. Scooby, once a frightened stray, blossomed into a playful, affectionate dog. He became Samson's little brother, following him everywhere and learning the joys of being part of a loving family. Marla and Joe watched in awe as Scooby's once sad eyes sparkled with happiness. But the biggest surprise came during a visit to the vet, where Scooby seemed unusually cheerful, even wagging his tail during the checkup. When the vet suggested a DNA test out of curiosity, the results revealed Scooby's unique heritage: 50% American Staffordshire Terrier, 12.5% German Shepherd, and 12.5% Great Dane. It was clear, Scooby had the heart of a gentle giant. But with his new family by his side, Scooby became more than just a pet. He became a local celebrity. Marla started sharing their journey on TikTok, and before they knew it, Scooby had a following of adoring fans. His transformation from a terrified stray to a joyful, loving companion became an inspiration to thousands. What Scooby's journey teaches us that love, patience, and persistence can turn even the saddest beginnings into the happiest endings. Today, Scooby isn't just a dog. He's living proof that every animal deserves a second chance. And if you ever doubt the power of kindness, just look at Scooby's face as he races joyfully toward his new family. You'll know exactly what it means to be truly rescued.